I think things work to an extent. To an extent, I think things work. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's Friday apparently, and we have some news. I mean, we have some kind of news type of thing. We'll see if it works. But things can happen. But welcome on it. I hope you're good. I hope your week was good. And what else? Not so much, to be honest. Not so much so far. We have fixed, as we did last time on stream, as in on Wednesday, we have fixed the initial current state of the alerts. So that should, I don't know, it should work. And then after that, we should have like the thing at the top that starts, move, does things. Oh, that's a detail things. I have the fluff today. It is the fluffiest bitch that I have ever seen, and it's not the best, but it works. It's fine. I'm good with it. We have some news-ish when it comes to the app. There is things that have been recommended to me yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We had a good ass conversation right here on Threads. Threads seems to be pretty good so far when it comes to marketing for me. But yeah, someone said I'm a bit picky, but like things should be better when it comes to the app icon, the colors, the scheme, all of that. So that has been fixed. And it's really sad because I'm gonna sound like an Apple fanboy again, which is not true. But developing for iOS is so much easier than developing for, um, um, yeah, for anything else. Chris, hi, welcome on in. Short one because I'm tired. But usually when I say it's a short one, it's going to take 6 hours. So we never know. We never know. Shit can happen. Can still happen. I mean, it could be a long one, but usually when I preemptively say it's going to be short, someone asks a good and really important question, um, and yeah, that happens. So yeah, so that person here, Fabio, has asked. That's pretty impressive. Is it a good news? It is not. Cool. I need to fix that. Um, I mean, the in is all is automatic now. Basically, what happened here, that does the exclamation mark in automatically, so you don't have to do that. But if it doesn't work for some reason, um, you can still do it manually. As in, I think me don't count, therefore I can or need to do that manually. Other than that, I'm kind of the only one to have to do that. Maybe stream elements have to do that as well. I doubt it. We never know. Anyways, that's a detail thing. But yeah, Fabio here has been asking for things when it comes to the app icon and saying that they would rather have the app icon being kind of flat, which is interesting to me. Um, like they want the app icon to blend in with the rest of the apps, which is not something that you want as a app designer. You want your app icon to stand out from the rest of the app. So I feel like because mine stands out on his screen right now, even though it feels kind of bad, it's a good thing in a way. But I don't know. So the thing that I'm seeing or thinking that they are probably in the light mode version of the icons, and therefore the app effect is more visible. So that's a thing. We'll see if that's the truth or not, but that's a thing. Apparently, something on the build broke, so I might need to fix that. I need to see that. Anyway, so that was a question or a request type of thing, and then also had like some specifics, as in potentially having the preferred theme colors work with the app icon itself, and maybe the preferred like theme color going through the same thing with the loading screen, which wasn't the case. That is fixed now, so that's done. I'm happy with this. There is also another thing that they requested, not really, but kinda, which is ensuring that if you are moving from one page to another, the how can I say that? The visibility of the readings are removed. So for example, here right now I have the purple theme on, so that's the purple app icon, but in this page specifically, if I hide the readings and I move to another page, the readings underneath are hidden as well, when before it was just reopened and then you had to hide them again. So that has been kind of fixed. That's something that I wanted to do, but that's that person asking for it on Threads kind of pushed me to do it. But also it basically pushed me to move back to iOS because it's so much easier. But yeah, all that has been done. The section in the settings now, if you select a new color, you will have, sadly, this is a native system thing. I can't really change it. I wish I could change the design of it because it looks like shit. But yeah, you have this that says the amp icon has changed, and then you can see now in the dock the app is green, which matches with the other two next to them. That's pretty cool to have like these switches. It's just annoying to have that fucking model every time. So you know, that's the thing. Now we have the gray icon, which is fine. It's because it works. So I'm good with it. That's the ID. That is the ID. That's the main thing that I've been doing, which is your question. And then we had a bit of a chat of other things that I could potentially have, which is mostly like having the writing system, meaning being able to say as a quiz, like write this character specifically. And then that's something that I have in mind. I've been thinking about putting it inside of the app, but it's kind of complicated to do because it needs stroke recognition and like kind of image recognition. There is a bit of a leeway type of thing, but it's a bit complicated. So I will see. And we'll see. And there is also like the fact that I need to have the order of stroke to be able to do this. So that is complicated for me. It's basically the same thing that what Duolingo has, which is not ensuring, but like showcasing the writing system. Let me do that quickly. Sales are going okay. Not much, but I'm making something every day, almost. Not really, but kinda. Can you have, yeah, that page specifically? That's the page that they are requesting in a way. Almost. But I think this is the easiest way to implement it, in a way that isn't like relying on recognition of characters, because it's just if you type in and do whatever the fuck you want, and you are like in the same vicinity of how the stroke is supposed to look, you are correct. And as long as the start point and end point are kind of similar, like if I do this, this is wrong, but if I do this, this is okay. So that, I guess, would be the easiest thing to put in place. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I can, and I don't know how complicated it would be to have in a quiz, because right now having things in a quiz in here is kind of complex. So yeah, that's the thing, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the only thing that has been coming back. And then they wanted some sort of a feedback sound on the quiz, which is interesting and weird. I didn't want to have sound, and that's why it's only haptics right now. Um, I understand why they want sound, because maybe you don't pay attention to how the phone vibrates. But yeah, I don't. I don't really know. We'll see if that's a thing that more people are requesting. And then they ask for something, and I didn't have the time to see what they asked for. And then they say it works. So I guess it works. I think what they wanted to do is, Cat, hi, work on it. Why is that not working? Denny, hi, work on it. Why are both of you right now not working? And Gothic, hi, work on it. I mean, not working, but like Grizz worked, but Cat didn't work, Denny didn't work, Gothic didn't work. That makes no sense. No, you have the. It's sad because um, you can't see this on this side um, of the chat, but it on my on the prompter I have first words next to your name, which means that you have the tag, so it should work. The exclamation mark in, um, that's the thing that should work automatically, but it doesn't, which is really weird because it's supposed to work. Just type exclamation mark in the chat. You will see what happens. Gothic. That's what I'm saying. You see that thing at the top? That's what's supposed to happen automatically when you type for the first time, which worked last time, and then now doesn't. So it's just makes no sense. Just makes no sense. Well, eh. As long as that thing runs, we're good. Then Gothic, good job on the streak. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was looking for socks today as well. I was looking for socks today and I couldn't find the socks because for some reason H&M, which is where I get my socks at, because it's cheap, they removed the best socks they have, which is the embroidered socks, and now they are just Coca-Cola socks and fake embroidery things. I don't like them. So yeah, I changed that. No socks for today. I guess it might be the last update that Stony made me do. Oh yeah, it didn't make me do anything, but I did something at the end of last stream. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But it's weird because it worked for Grizz. Yeah. You've seen my feet many times, but with socks on, so that's so yeah, so other than that, other than this new addition to the app to having like persistence of readings in the characters here, if you switch from one page to another, it still remain hidden, and it remains visible. That is a new thing. And the app icon switch, that is kind of new and pretty simple, but easy to see and spot and all that. That's the newest addition to the app, so that's pretty cool, and it was extremely easy to do on today's mission. The God damn it. See, that works. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Marmalade, hi, we're calling. I'm looking at the build issue that I just had a second ago, which is basically I launched a version of the new app, the build with the version 1, which can't be imported because the later version has been closed for new build submission. So I need to send that as a 0.04. It must be higher than the approved version, so I can't. I thought I could. I can't. That's sad. Ah. I know you can't see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. Basically, in the app section right now, I'm trying to push a version to the beta testers that is a resetting thing and progress saving thing, so that I can have like ensure that they retain their progress when they go into the production version, because otherwise it's just they're gonna lose everything. So I just put that in place so that they can have like a bit of a progress save, and we'll see. But I feel like it's gonna break. Let me click on that in a second. Version again. Again. I know I should do that with command lines rather than anything else, but yeah. Wanted to get home at 1 p.m., but got home at 5 p.m. Since you did cable management at school, that is bad. I don't even do cable management at home, so I wouldn't even do that at school. What the who? Why? What did I say again? Epidemic sound with no voice. That's what I said. Huh. Really? No, you would. I mean, you would die. I mean, if you are someone who likes cable management and you see my desk, you would die. And Kat is someone that likes cable management and have seen my desk. And Kat can attest. Cables. I see. I don't know. I'm not against it. I feel like this model specifically and this style is not good. The pants themselves might be good, right? Because it works. Yeah, they are tapered-ish. Like the black one aren't, but the blue one is more tapered, specifically on this one, which is okay. I'd say that the main difference, or what I'm seeing from here, is that it is a basic pair of slacks. Not slacks, trousers that are like really business focused, which is fine. And if that's the vibe that you want to have, then this is good. But I think you need to go check them out. That's basically what you need to do. You need to go check them out and ensure that they fit you, because you are the one that's gonna wear them. I have plenty, or I've had plenty of these in the past, and they are good if they are tailored properly to yourself. And again, if they are a bit loose, you can always go have them tailored and just reshaped, not reshaped, but like all that. But don't, I mean, 100%. It's Zara, so you can, if you wanted to, you can like get them online, receive them, try them on, send them back, and be good with it. It's just a lot of emission for no fucking reason. It's already Zara, so that's if you have one nearby, I would do that rather than yeah. Why half? You have the other half, and pumpkins are big, so you know you should be fine. But yeah, that's the thing that I would say for these pants specifically. But again, right, Zara is a cheap and pretty good option. It's more expensive than when I used to go there. But you know, if it works, it works. I guess that's the I guess that's the main point. Um, I haven't. I just went to H&M as I just said, and it was not good. Like I see. Okay, that's kind of sad. Um, eh. I mean, if the ingredients are there and they are okay and they are available, and you've had chats with your flatmates many times, yeah, you know, maybe. Fuck me. Stony, hi, welcome on in. I don't know why it doesn't work again. It worked for Marmalade, and it doesn't work for you. It worked for Grizz, it doesn't work for you. Didn't work for Cat, didn't work for Denny. It's crazy. It's really as if the tags were not taken into consideration when it's in there. That makes no sense. Anyways. Is it in here? No, it's not. I guess we don't have like a drop down for this. God damn it. This website is shit. Sorry, it is shit. How are you, Stony? How's everything? Yeah, we need like that and and underwear like that, or technically not that, technically chaussette in French. Um, that. So currently they only have these, which are really bad. Like most of them are really bad, and and really basic. And then they have these, and that's it. Whereas I used to have the one that I have today is these, but instead of a half donut, it's a burger because obviously I have a pair with fries that are in Japan, and these don't exist in store. Like most of these, like I would have loved to get the shrimp one. It's cute, it works, it's simple. Like all of that makes sense. It's just like it wasn't in store, so I couldn't have anything. That's the situation. And then I don't want to order online for H&M because there is like 3 H&M around here. So if I needed to, I can go to the other one and go check. But right now it's just boring. Everything is just fucking boring, and that's why I used to buy socks on AliExpress because it's way more interesting. You got way more choice of weird ass prints. So, you know, that yeah. And maybe it was the fact that it was the H&M Japan that has like more interesting things, probably. But yeah, other than that, nothing really popped in. I had a discussion with Chris yesterday for the project and the thing that we have talked about on stream many times, like kind of doing the thing that I said I would do, which is consulting and mentoring type of thing, and kind of helped with one screen-ish, non-screen kind of screen type of thing. And yeah, it's nice. But yeah, other than that, there hasn't been like real interesting clothing or accessories popped in my feed. Most of the things that I'm kind of sad about, I don't know if I saved them. I may have, but I'm unsure. Is there has been a bit of an increase in the amount of AI generated jewelry that I'm seeing on Pinterest, which is really sad for me because they look great. They look amazing and they don't exist. So it's sad. It is really sad. Mostly it's on the rings thing that I'm seeing. Like people are using AI generation for these, and they look really interesting. The shadow depth of field is really good, but every time they have like this logo and this AI logo at the top that just tells you this doesn't exist, it makes me sad because I saw this one first and I was like, damn, this is cool as fuck. Doesn't exist. Can't exist. Will not exist ever. So that is really sad for me. Some of them are really AI generated, and I can tell like it will never happen. But I have seen other creators do things with rough diamonds or rough stones, and also like these kind of 3D printed, not 3D printed bands as a base. Like I used to have um, is it Primal? I doubt it. It's not. But they used to have like a. It might be this one. It is. This Primacraft jewelry, which is like Viking inspired jewelry. Um, they basically have their pendants and other things be 3D printed, and they are metal 3D printed, which is really interesting because that leaves a texture to most of the rings or most of the pendants, and you can kind of see the stride of the 3D printing in the metal. So that's an interesting thing to have as a starting point. But yeah, I used to buy things there, mostly the pendants and the god damn it, the plugs, because the hears on my ear, like these type of things. Other than that, not much, not much. But these pendants are pretty cute. Other than this, as I just said, nothing really happened in terms of clothing and other discoveries. There have been, as I just said, like the updates on iOS, which makes me sound like an Apple fanboy again. Still, it is so much easier. I'm not giving up on Android, but it's really testing me. It's really complex for me to understand how the logic is behind the code and how things work. As in, again, on iOS, when I have something like in here, and you're like, I want something to be displayed somewhere. The code itself, while I'm typing, is going to tell me, well, this is a redeclaration of a function that you already have somewhere else, so you can use this one instead. And so you can just call that function, it's good. Or this doesn't make any sense, and it just highlight it in a way that makes sense in Xcode directly. Whereas in either Cursor or Android Studio, what it does is just squiggles it in red, but it doesn't give me any information about what it is. What's the issue? I don't fucking know. It's either like the name is in red, saying that there is no like references, so you can't, like, the code doesn't know where this thing is, and that's about it. And it's really weird to me to not give your users a better understanding of what's happening and why things don't work when you're trying to code. So that's the first thing. But also, as I said 3 times already, the fact that you need this section at the top, you can't really see that, but the, the fact that you have from 3 to 33, from line 3 to line 33, there is the need for all of these. Like, these imports needs to happen. I need to import the animation fade in. I need to import the foundation layout. I need to import the foundation lazy grid. It is making no sense to me. Whereas here, I just need to say, oh, you need to work in SwiftUI, cool, import SwiftUI, that's done. You need to import something that is supposed to be in there. You may have to import like StoreKit and GameKit because these are the two other things. But they are not unsupported, unused. They are unused here, but they are used somewhere else, which is annoying. So they need to be here. Like, if I remove some of them, they give me errors down on the page, which is why it's annoying. But yeah, going back to the squiggles, you hover over the squiggles and it gives you like a bit of a what's the error happening, all that. But it's just, it makes no fucking sense to me. Like, the explanation is not there. Like, I have this, but why? I don't know. This thing on the side makes absolutely no sense to me. Whereas here, if I had like somewhere around here an issue, let's say that this is an issue, because it probably is. Well, right now it will work with this one, but I'm gonna keep that here. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird to me that this just works better for me. I don't know. Doesn't change shit in the fact that I did 3 things working on this side of things in an hour, whereas on the Android version I'm still attempting to have the content displayed in a model. Like, it's just, it's weird. It is weird to me. Like, in the phone emulation type of thing for Android, you have everything that you need to have, which is pretty good, right? That's a good version of the emulator. I do prefer what they have here in some cases, because you can have like multiple devices with multiple sizes and things. So that is helpful. I like that. God, that was loud. But it still has issues, as in this element right here that I did. That's fine. That's roughly what I want to have. That's roughly what we have on the iOS one. That's okay. This one that I want to have here is, or took a good day to figure out how to have this with only that, like with only the character, and then you can scroll past, and then you have the content. But then if you can see that, the content right here, or the readings specifically, it gives me the readings for everything, when I specifically tells it to not give me the reading for everything. If we look at how the readings are displayed, and chosen, it takes, or it's supposed to take, anything that has GA or JP inside of it, which is all of the Japanese readings, and the other ones are not. But it still displays the rest, which makes no sense. Yeah, it's weird. I guess that's all I'm gonna say because it's just weird and I don't understand it. But it's a good base. I mean, we have a good starting point base type of thing so far. It's a bit broken, but you know, it's working to an extent. So, eh. But yeah, like this is weird. Like you have this thing that says the parameter is never used. Cool. And as soon as I remove it, like I just comment it out to ensure that things are not necessary or whatever. At times, depends on the day, but at times this is gonna break and then telling me now we have an error. Because that reference that I just changed a second ago shouldn't have been changed. Like if I just put it back where it's supposed to be, even though it's never used, and then launch the app again, it's perfectly working. That makes absolutely no sense. No sense. If you tell me it's never used and I remove it, it shouldn't impact anything. It should just, it has never been used. Other than that, we're good. Other than that, everything is okay. But that's just weird to me that any of that. Yeah, I don't know. Good. Cool. The App Store has allowed my new version to be posted, and I'm gonna see if I can post that or use that for the external testing. If that's the case, it's gonna be good. Maybe that's gonna be weird though. That is going to be weird. We'll see. It's an option. It's fine. I should have done that though. That's a very bad move on my side. Yes. That is true. That is true. I have some news. So weird news things, but yeah, news kind of news. The job reinsertion thing that I've been doing for 2 months with the career coach, not really a career coach, but kind of a career coach, and is ending next week. On Wednesday, I will have my last exit interview type of thing to have a talk about it and see if we have like a project that works together. It seems to be kind of simple, but we'll see. I need to figure out marketing things, and that is hard. But yeah, that happens. It costed me a lot of money. I don't know if it's that necessary. The reason why I'm saying this is because the output or the thing that I'm getting, or yeah, the output that I have, the PDF that I have received in the beginning, were the results of quizzes, like online quizzes, similar to the 16 personalities quizzes, where you just know if you're like an INFP, INFJ, whatever things. I forgot the names of all these. But that's the things basically. So I got the quizzes, I did the quizzes, I got my PDFs, and if I had access to these websites before, I would probably have had access to these outputs for free. The interpretations and the discussion that we had is interesting, but I don't know if it's valued at that much, because that was like almost 3K, roughly. So, that 3K I could have kept for eating right now. But we'll see. That's at the end of the day, if the project works, it's gonna be fine. I just need to work on this. We'll see. I'm gonna talk about the project once it's started and rolling and kind of stable. Before then, I can't, because you know how my brain works. If I start talking about it, I'm not gonna work on it. It's not gonna happen. So we'll see. We'll see. But that happens. I have so many things happening this week, next week. The week after that, I'm gonna be out of stream. As I said, there will be probably the last week of the year, first week of the year is gonna be no stream weeks. Sorry about that. For some reason, my mom wants to see me. Sorry about that. So I need to go there and have a bit of a New Year celebration with my mom and my sister. My sister is fine, but I just hope they're not gonna invite the rest of the family and me having to do like a socializing with the family. That's just bad. Bad move. However, on the good move and the good news of the day that are not related to humans, kinda. Yeah, nah. Christmas is gonna be here. But that is the good news of the day. And you can see the cable management in the back. Like, I mean, you can't really see it, but you can see the mesh from the single pixels in the background. Anyways, this was amazing. This was really lemon, like really, really strong lemony sour thing. And yeah, this, you may be able to guess the flavor of this thing. However, you will not be able to guess what it is and how it's built. Because that is, yeah. But that was good. That disappeared in like 3 minutes. This one was really, really sour. That's the only thing that I kind of have against it. It was not bad, but it was kind of strong to the, like, kind of burning my tongue a tad. So yeah, it's a lemon pie. Yeah, lemon tartlet. Not really. Piece of cake. So that's yeah, lemon meringue and some sort of a like lime. You can see the limes things here and kind of vanilla things. This was, brace yourself. This was strawberry, kinda as a hint, but mostly raspberry. And it's just a raspberry berry ball. The outer shell is, or was, because I destroyed everything, was raspberry white chocolate, or white chocolate infused with raspberry with kind of syrup glaze outside, so it's like hard but tacky. And then the inside was a layered cake type of things with mousse of strawberry, raspberry, berries, and some cakes, like very, very thin cake to keep the shape. I wish I took a picture with a cross section so that you could see how it is inside. I didn't have the time. My brain went into, oh, eat the full thing. And then afterward, I was like, oh, I should have taken the picture. Yeah, I should have done that. But that was good. That was the good news of the day. And yeah, you can see kind of the cable management things. On the other side of things, I've been putting the cans that I've been drinking in that bag to send, like, to recycling and all that. And the bag is finally full. There is like about 20 to 30 cans in there. And it's about to spill out. So that, I kind of kept that. But yeah, I mean, you might not know the size of it. It is the size of me. Um, to give you a bit of an idea, like yeah, that thing is gonna go in the trash tomorrow morning. Um, oh, I just like the taste. That is the only reason why I drink them. I just like the taste. If I have more than three, I'm getting some, I mean, more than three, not really. If I have four in a day, I'm getting some shakes. Like, I have like micro shakes on my hands and things, and sometimes it's just like too much. But I'm getting two a day, and it doesn't really affect me. Also, I kind of see that I turned into a slideshow for a second. Um, but yeah, it doesn't give me energy, personally speaking. It will give you energy if you don't have the gene that I do have. So the way that my brain is wired is making these things help me, like, focus the energy in something else than my brain. Therefore, I can focus on things. But it doesn't really give me the energy that someone would have, like, from a coffee or something. Like, it's the same thing. It just calms me down. Like, I'm just more calmer overall, and I can focus on things. But it doesn't give me energy. No. That's not. That's not how it works. So yeah, that is the news. I guess most of the news that happens, or that are in there, in the interesting potential things. As always, there has been some likes on the other. I think I pressed the wrong button. There has been some likes on the Twitter things. This one has been really good because it happens on every fucking video, and I don't understand why people are like this. But yeah, that if you want to ask a question about a video that you were watching, please watch the video first. For the love of the creator. Just because that is bad. That is bad on your presentation, all that. For you, Denny, I have these things. That accounts as sharing, like, interesting houses, design stuff, all that. These are some of the Rolexes that have existed in the past. Still exist, but they are not as popular. I feel like these are better Rolexes to buy, probably more expensive, but that one is really interestingly looking, and I think it's better than the regular one that you shared last time. So that's one thing. The second thing, speaking of watch, because it's related, if you haven't seen, Withings has released a new watch. So there is these new, absolutely new Nova Brilliant things. and they may have a bit of a style that you like. I don't know. Um, but same thing for me. These are the band. It's not my style. I don't like that. But I know that the Rolex ones are kind of similar. Not the gold, but this one. Again, this is much better to me than any other watch because it is a watch, but also it is a smartwatch which has like temperature, ECG, like heart rate monitors, sleep monitor, activity, step tracking, GPS, all of that thing, and it has a 30 days battery. The thing is, with this one specifically, it's a tad more expensive than the other ones, but still cheaper than a Rolex. And it's a pretty neat one overall. Like, it looks simple. I'm still, again, like really much liking these. These are way better in my, like, these bands specifically, much better. But yeah, these, I thought that because I saw these ones and I saw that We Things had released that new one, and you are into watches or you are looking for watches, maybe you could have a look at these. So yeah, so that happens. And I think, oh yeah, that happened as well. God damn. The Rive account has created some sort of a tutorial. I think I liked it on it's probably on my like stuff. I think it's this. It's a tutorial for absolute beginners, and you will learn how to do a button in Rive, which is interesting. It's an 11-minute video, and it really shows you why I hate it. So it's perfect as an example for me to explain and showcase why I think that the system of Rive doesn't work for my like for my brain. It's just, first of all, it's fucking loud, but it's, again, 11 minutes to end up with this. That's the thing that you are about to create, which is a button that has a bit of a jiggly effect, right? Cool. It's super simple, and the jiggly effect might be a tad more or a tad easier to do in Rive to get like that jello thing. But if I were to do that video specifically, the exact same content, as in Figma for absolute beginners, creating a button, it would probably take me a third of the time, maybe 3 to 4 minutes, if I really want to expand on everything and explain everything. And that's really why I don't think that Rive is a good thing for me. Like most of the content and most of the things, most of the explanation that they have here is as soon as we go into the state machine to define the states, everything is, I don't know, it just doesn't work. You need to define, or you need to create a listener, and then you need to choose the state or the thing that you need to listen to. Whereas in codes, technically you would do the same thing, as in you would create a listener and define what it listen to, but it's in the same place. And then you have the listener that is here, but you have also the interactions that are there and the triggers that are on the other side, which is, to me, making no sense. Like, the overall UI of Rive is specifically the bottom section, makes absolutely no sense. The top section is fine, the design section is fine, but the activities or interactivity section just is out of my brain, and it doesn't work in any way, shape, or form. Like it's really, really weird. Right now in this presentation, they are currently creating or adding like the animation states for Harvard, not Harvard, and there is like two elements. So these are two states. Cool, fine, whatever. So that's like a variant component in Figma. We're good with that. And in order for this to work, you need to have all of that linked through the state machine to have your transition working. Whereas in Figma, you would do that here. You have option 1 to option 2. It's just one click. Like you link both of them and you're good, you're done. And you know, it, that then you need to create the boolean that will be defining if something is clicked or not clicked. And then once that's done, on the other side of the screen, you need to define the type of interactions and the type of events that you are listening to. And it's just making no sense. So yeah, I have a bit of a gripe with Rive. I love their tool. I think it's really good for people that have the brain to work with it. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. So take a look at it, because it's a good content. If you're someone that wants to learn how to use Rive, it's pretty good. But if you are someone that has the same brain as me, it's gonna be a bit of a mess. This is similar indeed. This is indeed similar. I do prefer overall that kind of light blue face with silver. I would recommend, not that I can, but I would recommend silver, gold, rose gold, rather than black. I used to have a black watch. They are kind of out of place to me. Like if you have that band, for example, and that's the thing that you are like looking at in here, I wish that changed here. It's not the case. It's just there. I don't. Yeah. But again, to me, this, nah. Because having the time, I mean, a watch to have the time, I know I will never use it to look at the time, or extremely rarely. Like mine, I'm using them not for the time, right? I like them for the functionality, and the time is on my phone. That's the main thing. And for $2.95, you can have like a weird things that does more. And specifically now, you can have like way more stuff. I don't like smartwatches. I like watches that are smart, which is, I know it's different, but as always, like whichever, to be honest. But if you have this one, which is 350, does way more stuff. These bands, maybe not, right? Maybe that's not exactly what you want. Maybe you prefer like this one, which is a bit more classy, more like aesthetically pleasing overall. Light band is going to be better, but this is a silicone band. So you could go with what I do like, which is like either these ones or these ones. And that right away makes it like 10 times better, at least for me. If you wanted something that is a bit more clean, and you wanted like these, I feel like this is much better, because it's this almost the same price. This one is 350. The other one, the scan watch, the regular one, is 199, I think. Nonetheless, you get the watch, you get the thing that looks cool, and you have the timepiece and whatever. But you also get all the functionalities in them. So I do prefer that a lot. A lot. Again, I'm gonna say that now. Because I've been with things since they've been a French company in 2015, I don't have to pay for the subscription. So I have access to things. But even without the subscription, you should be good. But yeah, that's the ability and the benefits of being old. Huh? Huh? I've seen things. But yeah, like having these bands are gonna be to me better. The leather bands are like a bit more interesting when it comes to how it looks and how you can pair them. I used to have like a black one, a white one, and a blue one to go with all of my watches because they are interchangeable. And I have, technically, I have two of these. But you know, like these two, bitch, these two, because I have two, that I can swap them. So I had like a leather band with gold accent, and I had a leather band with silver accent, and I could like exchange, swap them if necessary. But it makes more sense, anyways. You have these. I guess that's gonna be the thing. It needs a bit more angles so that you can see the content in it, but it might be a tad, I guess, scratched. This one has been used since 2015, 2016, I think. I had another one somewhere else on the shelf. So that's the regular one, and that's the gold new. I think this one is 2017 model, which you can probably tell, maybe. One of them is called Withings on the side when there is the logo thing. Like this one is Nokia, and this one is Withings. And we talked about the joke about that. You mean the screen itself? Yeah. I don't think you can see if I do that. Like you may be able to see a tad of the screen, like it's really tiny, but it's just subtle, you know. It works. That's the main thing. But yeah, the story about it, this brand, Withings, pretty good to me. Withings, French company, sadly for me, decided to build a company for health tracking, worked, got bought back by Nokia for I forgot how much millions, and then Nokia kind of fucked it up and tried to sell it, and then the CEO of Withings, first company, said, you know what, I'm gonna buy it back from you for cheaper than what you paid me to buy the company, because now it's worth nothing. And they got the company back, which is pretty nice. So I have like my first watch has Withings on it written, which is another black, not this one, but like basically this one, with instead of having Nokia on the side, it says Withings, and then this one says Nokia, and then they change, and this one says Withings again. So that's fun stuff. Fun stuff. But yeah, to me, it's the same as this at the end of the day. And if you like the watches and you want to watch, get that. If it works. If it works, it works, you know. Nothing to say about that. Anyways. After this, not much happened. There has been some, or a lot of kind of activities liked in there. A lot of Rive related things. A lot of people are creating like streaks. I mean, me included, it's the exact same thing for my side, but it's fun to see that we all are creating like nice looking streaks. This has been really good to see the creation in like regular design, and then as always, Jay just recreating this thing in CSS and SVG. That is, as always, impressive. And yeah, that always really good to see that this is proof that whatever the fuck you design is achievable in code. If your dev tells you they can't, they just don't have the skills. That's it. So that's a good reason for you as a designer to learn how to do things, because if you can create this on your own and then send that to your dev. No, he gave credit. There's the credit right there. As always, he has the credits, which is like basically repost off the initial post that triggered the creation. And yeah, it's all the time. All the time. Jay doesn't really tag the person, they tag the post in question. Because there is no need to just tag the person. If you tag the person, you don't have the reference. You have the person that created it. And then you need to like look around on their profile. So if they had like done that, they had just send them this, then you would have to go through and scroll through everything and then find their creation. But yeah, maybe before that you wouldn't. Maybe it's in all the things. The light mode is pretty good. I do like the transition, obviously. I feel like it's too visible in dark mode. Like it's lighting up, so I see it. But you know, the square grid in the background is pretty good. I agree with that. It's more subtle in light mode than on dark. So yeah. There's this also. I wish. This is one of these weird watch to me, because it is as digital watch, but it's not really a smartwatch. So that's weird. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I haven't really looked into it deep. It looked really good. But also, apparently, it's a tad expensive. But it looks amazing. God damn it! Look at that. So it's not a screen. That's the thing. It's not a screen. It's a floating element inside of the watch itself. Yeah, like this. God damn. That looks great, right? And it also it's a bit of a 45K watch. The green one is really cool. I do like the green one a lot. Questions, hi, welcome on. Why do you work and the other one didn't? How are you? How's your day going? Nonetheless, yes. What do you mean you knew? So yes, that was fun. I put the flowers on the other side of my room and I can smell them from here. I see. I see. Well, you know, can put them somewhere else. This, I've been talking about it, but this is basically the style that I would love to have my app icon to be, like these kind of aerogel things. Texture, I would love that. I can't do that because the fucking characters are too small, so I need to make them more puffy. And I will do that at some point, but for now I won't, so we'll see. And yes, obviously it's an iPhone. That's the benefits of the iPhones. It's just like there is no real band restrictions compared to my Android phones. My Android phones have had issues on French networks because most of them in the past have been like Chinese phones that have like bands and network capabilities that are limited to the bands of China and not France. Whereas the iPhone is just working everywhere. Like there is the band capabilities everywhere is just, it's open, it works. That's it. So the iPhone that I have now is a Japanese version of the iPhone, and the iPhone that I had when I moved to Japan was the French version, and both works in both locations. The only different thing that when I take a picture with my iPhone now, it makes the sound, and I can't turn it off because Japan, and then yeah, that's about it. It's getting basically, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I've done shit today, which is not that useful, but pretty quality of life improvement type of thing. Where nowadays on the app, if you change the theme, it also changed the app icon automatically, and so you have your app icon in your dock or whenever you have your app that takes the color in question that you want it to have, meaning that it matches your design thing. So if I'm here and I like the blue one, it changed that as well. Therefore, it's blue in the bottom. That's neat. That's the thing that I did today, and then I also did the visibility of the readings. So each of the characters right here have their readings underneath, and you can hide that. In the past, if you moved to another page, it basically just reset it, and you had to re-tap on hide readings if you didn't want them. But now it kind of persists, so that's a thing. Silly V, hi, welcome in. Yeah, I guess it's if you have been here before, it doesn't work, when technically it should be the opposite. But hi, how are you, Silly? How's your day going? Yeah, other than that, not much. Nope. There is no locked unlock phone that Apple is selling. The lock or unlock is like the provider of the phone. Like if you have like a network provider in Italy that is specific that sells you an iPhone, it's carrier locked, and so it can only be used on that carrier. I buy my phones from the manufacturer anytime I can because I don't want to have to unlock the phone. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you shouldn't. The reason why you can pick the carrier in the US is because it's cheaper for them to do that, but it's also more expensive in the long run to get the person to basically like buy a subscription to whatever, and then retain them because they have the phone. But yeah, that's the thing usually. God, that's the wrong button again. I don't know, get used to that. So other than this, there has been a lot of cats on my feed. today, so that there is a lot of cats on my likes as always, and things like this have been popping up for the past 4 months, I guess. Like specifically the initial version of this, and I really think this is a bad design. It's really nice looking, but it's really bad for the viewer. I think what they had in the first place, which is this one, is a bit of a more interesting thing, but still, both of these are kind of hiding content, and you lose a lot of information when you are loading the page for the first time. You arrive on this, and like if that's what you see, again, remember that people don't really necessarily move their mouse when they arrive on a website. If they clicked on the link, which is, let's say they looked at something on Google, your link was here, they clicked on it, they start scrolling, the cursor is not gonna move and hover the word design. Right now, it only works if you hover either design or the entire word section. But even if your cursor started here and you start scrolling, the hover state doesn't register unless you stop your scroll right here. So that's a thing that I really don't like with these, and it's the same kind of thing here. You may see one by mistake and then scroll through or pan through with your cursor. But I've been seeing this for the past like 3 to 4 months, and I would highly recommend against it. So, yeah. And Stony, I think you asked a question about, did I see the Linus video? Are you talking about the Linus video about the iPhone? Yes. If that was the question, and also basically reminded me of that by saying that not a fan of Apple allowing customization. I think there are stuff on Android that should be on the iPhone. I think there are things on the iPhone that should be on the Android. I think that for a certain type of people, the iPhone is absolutely perfect. For a certain type of people, it's absolutely not perfect, and it's really like a shit device for a lot of people. But the opposite already or also exists, as in me and my personal experience of switching from Android to iPhone and also having both at the same time, and same thing with Mac OS and Windows and having both at the same time and seeing both of the things. I have, again, the version of Android that I have in Japan is the latest version. The one that I have here is a 2018 version, so it's a bit old. I get it, but still, it's good, and it works. It runs the apps, so I'm fine with it. But the customization part of Android that was really fun and really good in the beginning when I learned how phone worked, after a certain amount of time, I just don't give a shit anymore. So it's not necessary to have. There are some like accessibility things that are better on Android and that were better in the past and now don't exist. As in the Android phone that I have now has this fingerprint reader in the back, right? That's a thing that used to exist, like this thing right here. It is the best position for fingerprint reader. The under-screen thing is weird to me. I don't really like them. And the Face ID on the iPhone is much better than what other options of Face ID related stuff on other phones. But at the end of the day, just unlock your phone and you're good. So I don't know. The niceties Nicety is a nice word. um, I don't think the target users for the iPhone care about the limitations, most of them, and I don't really see limitations, personally speaking. Like, there are no real things that I kind of miss from the Android side of things. Um, like, yeah, there is, apart from the Touch ID, like fingerprint readers that used to be on the side or on the back or wherever, I don't think there is really anything that I miss from Android other than the ability to have control on like the system itself and the APK system when I can just build one, find one on the internet, put it on the phone, be good with it, and it works, right? That's a thing. Whereas on the iPhone, you kind of can't. The only way that I can right now, because I'm paying the $100 per year for the Apple Developer System or thing, and I have test flights enabled, and I can build my own app nowadays. Happy with that. I can do that. I can build an app and then just load it or sideload it on my phone as a test thing to see if it works and if it's something that I would like to have on the store, for example. That's something I can do. But on Android, it's probably someone has done the thing that I'm looking for, whereas on iPhone it doesn't happen usually. And I can find an APK somewhere, or someone will have an APK somewhere that exists. So that's the initial thing about loading and side loading. But other than that, yeah, there's nothing that I don't that I miss for real. Like from the iPhone to or from Android to the iPhone, like everything that is in here is pretty good. The only thing that I do like on Android, specifically on Xiaomi phones, which is different than Android, but same thing, the three finger swipe on the screen to basically get a screenshot. Love that. Wish it was in there on my Xiaomi phone from whenever, wherever on the home screen, like this screen right here. If I swipe down with one finger, it opens this tray. And this tray specifically has kind of the mix of both. We have the accessibility of the notification and the controls on Android that are mixed together, whereas on iPhone you have like one and the other, which is kind of annoying in a way, but I'm used to it. So, that's the thing that I kind of miss. The gestures are a bit better in some places. The thing that Linus was complaining about from the back button, that's just a thing that he's not used to be honest. Like, I know that he used it for like a month and a half, I guess. But technically speaking, I've had I've had the gesture things on my Xiaomi phone since the iPhone released it, basically, because Xiaomi is a copy of iPhone. Let's be clear with that when it comes to the OS. So, Apple released the iPhone X or the iPhone 10, then that had like no home button and then gesture control. And then mine had seemingly a week later gesture control. So that, right, as a whole, I've been playing with gesture control and back from both sides and sliding up to go back to the home screen since 2018, roughly 2017, 2018. And it always has been good. I think even my Oppo phone had that. unsure. Anyways, that's a detail. I don't know. I really don't miss anything from the Android side, um, other than one specific APK app thingy called Wi-Fi Kill. It's really good. It basically gives you the ability to block the Wi-Fi for anyone other than yourself on any Wi-Fi you join. So you basically have a MAC address blocking in the app. You press a button and then you are the only one who has internet. And if you do that at a Starbucks, you are the only one with the Starbucks connection. That's pretty impressive. It's not really legal, but I have it. And I had like plenty of these when I used and I used to date this girl a long time ago now. Her brother, whether still is probably, um, someone that just loves to game extremely loudly, and the type of person that would bang on the desk, bang on the keyboard, scream at the screen for no fucking reason, and roughly really annoying. And when I had to go to school the next day and he was playing a bit too much, I just pressed a button. And then he kind of didn't understand what happened. Then ran down to see if the internet box was like still running, and then it came back up running. And at the time when I like kind of heard that his door was opening, just re-enabled the Wi-Fi for him. So when he arrives downstairs, the Wi-Fi box is still on. That makes no sense. And going back up, and the game is playing, and he's dead. And then after like 3 to 5 deaths, he's just decided to go to sleep. But that's yeah, the fun thing to do. Not really legal. But yeah, that's one of the things that I do like about Android in general is you have like some kind of Linux based thing in there, and you have the ability to go in kind of more penetration testing, security testing that the iPhone cannot really do because it is a safe from the outside type of device and you can't really exploit things. That might be something that I miss, but I don't really miss it, to be honest. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, other than that, not much has happened. Again, a lot of cats, right? A lot of cats. Really cute cats, but a lot of them lately, more and more. That guy has created this amazing effect in Figma, and it is extremely simple to do. We have made this not the transition, but you can guess how it's made, and it's extremely simple, and it looks good. And yeah, it's just a shadow play and a transition on a circle, or two circle technically, and that's about it. It's a really good play on the button. I kept that. What else happened? Not much. I saw this one. It kind of reminded me of what Denny did for Planned. So that's a interesting thing. I don't know if Denny got inspired by what Linear did or if something else happened, but that's a pretty good presentation and you probably could get that on plan somewhere. That effect of having the element going underneath over it type. Maybe. I don't really know how. annoying that would be, other than having a mask. Like just one simple mask that crops that corner, which is probably what they have based on how that square happens to be visible. But yeah, kept that for Denny specifically. Cats, again, this one is really good. I'm not really into Legos, but I mean, you have details, you have colors, you know what's happening, and top tier creation. Top tier creation. And then I think that's about it. I think that's about it from Wednesday. Most of the things have been the same. There's been a lot of AR on my feed, but it's a regular thing. Yeah, that covers it, I think. Go back to where we were. Go back to where we were. So yeah, that's roughly it. As I said, I'm currently kind of working on the transition piece on the app for the beta testers. I'm gonna see if I can push that tomorrow. I think I'm gonna see if I can push that tomorrow. If that's the case, that would be good. And I'm gonna check if I can push both versions at the same time, like the production and the beta tester version. Chart's absolutely different, but it could work. That could work. The plan also for anyone that is here that potentially have wanted to use the app and learn Japanese as a whole, and you have been part of the beta testing thing and you haven't used or downloaded the production version, please do that now. That is the reason why I'm pushing that new beta testing build, because I'm going to remove everyone from the beta testing list and I'm going to reset the app to absolute zero. So if you don't do the transition into production, you will lose all your progress. So the goal is for you to have that transition. And right now, if you switch, you kind of lose your progress. This new version of the beta testing will maintain progress while you are transitioning in between the two things compared to now. So that's the thing. Arc is boosting security by partnering with HackerOne. This move follows the launch the bug bounty program. Interesting, providing streamlined platform for reporting vulnerabilities, and structured reward. The goal is to ensure safety as Arc continues to evolve. I haven't seen that, but that's interesting. I don't think Arc is going to continue to evolve. That's the thing. I think Arc is going to stay how it is now. And it's probably going to just remain the same for a while. Like for a long time. But again, bug bounty programs are really good. They help any platforms. I would say the bug bounty, like the amount that you get paid to find a bug, it needs to be proportional to the impact that that bug has. And in a lot of times, these can only be related to how much money the company makes. And because Arc doesn't make any money officially from the browser itself, I have doubts that the bounties themselves are going to be interesting for bounty hunters. But nonetheless, it doesn't change the fact that it's it's a good thing to have for security reasons. I do feel like most of the Chromium related features are going to be patching Chromium features, and Arc specific features are built on um, the Chromium thing. So technically, if Chromium updates itself, Arc updates itself at the same time, kinda roughly to an extent. Not really. You know what I'm saying? You know all that. So I don't know. I don't know. That's good. I mean, any bug bounty in general is a good thing for the product itself. Like, you have a community of people that just love to break things and break into things, specifically softwares, and you just give them the opportunity to do it and get paid for it if they find something. So you can expect, as soon as you have like a bug bounty announced, to get more attacked than, or more tampering attempt on your software. That's the thing. From what we have seen, or I don't know if you have heard of that, from what we've seen lately, the AI stuff have given the ability to a lot of people to build some hacking exploit test. And right now, I think it was Amazon, like AWS, getting roughly 1 billion attack per day, where previously it was 75 million a day, which is still massive, but people just want some money. So with that in mind, and with the accessibility of hacking softwares and hacking code, you may have like a lot more people trying to breach in. So that's good. Just one person, like the fastest one, is gonna get the reward. The rest is just gonna say, well, everyone is trying to reach like that specific point to enter the website or the app or the thing, and then someone figure it out. They report the bug, they get paid, they patch the bug. Anyone else after that will still try to breach in from the same point, but will not have anything. So I don't see this as a bad thing. I see this as a good thing in the long term. I don't know if Arc is going to survive long enough for this program to be viable, interesting, and attractive to people. So, yeah. And also, going back to the Chromium thing, Arc being just a Chromium skin, like there are some features like the easel that is, which is the page that we are in, that is an Arc first feature that isn't really an attacking entry point. Like it is, but not entirely. And I don't really know how Arc features, other than the spaces. Like, you can have multiple spaces with multiple accounts and multiple profiles. I feel like this is mostly where the data and the hacking and the security needs to be, because you may have like a profile like this one, which is my regular profile, and then a profile like this one, which is my business profile, and a profile like this one, which is like my company's profile. And that these accounts right here are linked to different, well, accounts. And so if you break into one of my profiles, you only have access to limited amount of data. But if Arc is not secure enough and you can have access to all the profile, then you have access to everything, which is not good. So I get it. But I also feel like most of the features of Arc is, that's the only one that is Arc really. Like the profile thing. The rest is just okay. That's just Chromium with a skin. So I'm not finding it sustainable in the long term. I do appreciate the fact that they have implemented it. Yes, for sure. But other than that, I don't know. And for Riot Games and other games in general, I don't know. First of all, I don't game enough. Let's be clear. But also, I don't know if I feel like the only cheats that make sense are the online cheats. Right, that's the only platform thing that needs to be broken. Because if you're cheating on a one player game, who the fuck cares? No one. But if you're cheating on a multiplayer games, then yeah. I don't know. I don't know how the NTTs works. I know that they have like some issues with the kernel level things, right? For one of the reason why Linux isn't supported, because you can kind of go do things. I do remember that. But yeah, going back to the Android to iPhone thing, right? That's the same reason. You have more freedom and more flexibility in the thing that you want to do or can do. Therefore, your software and OS in general is a bit more, how can I say it? Susceptible? No. Open? No. Yes. Not the word that I'm looking for. Um, sensitive? No. I'll find the word. Vulnerable. Vulnerable. That's a French word for me. Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't know. Debatable. I know. Debatable indeed. But yeah, then Nate. Yeah. Something like this. So yeah, something like that. Probably. Shit. I didn't. I started to do a bit of a marketing image to share on the social media to say just please download the app on the store. That would be highly appreciated. What do you think of it? I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it that much. I don't mind it. But it feels almost wrong. And I don't know why. Yeah, I will. I don't really care, to be honest. This is going to be a social media post that will have a lifespan of a week at best. So I don't really give a shit. The thing that I don't like about it, and it's also one of the things that I don't like about how Figma handles things. I do like it in some instances here. I don't know if it's really making any sense. But if you see the effects that I have on the candy elements, basically drop shadow or anything shadow related is gonna rotate with the elements. So that things, for example, is like that shadow is always gonna be in the exact same spot, which is at the bottom. And sometimes it just looks weird. But it makes sense, but it looks weird. So I don't know. Nonetheless, it's a simple thing. it's there to just highlight that you need to download the thing on the App Store, please. I did that alongside with these. Alongside with these. I was about to say, I also did another thing for the app, but I didn't really. I mean, I did, but not really. It's probably here, but yeah, like this makes no sense. I really don't understand. Really don't understand how that, or anything, to be honest, works. Going back to this though, because this is pretty important, interesting in everything. Also, I don't think you can read any of these and make it make sense. But going back to the checks, right? I think here. So like we have to check if this is the user's first message in the stream, which is the initial thing. And if there is no user data and username in the array that we currently have, we basically add a new user to the array. So that makes sense to me. Figure it out? That makes sense. My brain is okay with that. But then I'm checking if the username doesn't have, like, has chatted in the stream, which is basically checking if the tags. I think this is the issue, probably. Because it's not, like, it in my head, again, it's probably a conflict in between the handle first message and has chatted before. Because it works, but not entirely, which is really weird. Like for Denny, Cat, Stony, Gothic, it didn't work. For Bestians it worked. For Grizz it worked. And yeah. Huh. So you would say on stream start? Or some sort of an on appear, set the as chatted to false. It's not a bad idea. I don't know if I can have the... I don't think I can know if the stream software has ended or not. I think I would need to have WebSockets enabled to communicate with OBS, which I don't want to do. Not do. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I really don't know. At this point, I have no clue. I have no clue. That's usually what I do when I don't know. So, consists of 3 main files: call, Um, there is two buttons that I have on my side, which is fine. Show visual, it's checked with the stream, track users visits by maintaining a persistence using local storage. Yes, it does. It has a queue system if you have multiple people that popped in at the same time, usually, so they should not like overlap, which that was the case in the beginning. Um, yeah. I guess it seems um the has chatted isn't resetted, I guess. I'd say it's resetted properly, you know, because I guess. I guess. If that works, you know. I doubt it. But we never know. We never know. Also, yeah, these two buttons right there to make sure that I have like my test users. That's pretty useful. It's kind of sad that it's off screen. Not sad, but maybe that's enough. I don't know. You might need to check I doubt it. I doubt that now it would work because I haven't resetted the thing. If I reset it, it just reset all of the values, so you go back to 0, which is not what I want. But you wouldn't count because you already have done the exclamation mark in. Sadly, you know, like that already is made for you. So that's sad. Now, if I reload the source, it still maintains it because it keeps the data from what we just changed. It keeps the data for 24 hours of any day apparently right now, and it needs to be resetted 24 hours after you use any of the thing. So if you do this, the exclamation mark in or whichever commands, or you are automatically checked in, then it's that timestamp plus 24 don't work. And there is a console log right there, which probably should be somewhere. But you know, there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see on Monday. Oh yeah, no, I know. This whole thing, this whole has chatted or has since last year's, that whole thing shouldn't exist. Like it should just be in the technical things for me. It should only be the tag of like Yeah, I know. But I mean, technically, it should just be the tag and or the command if it didn't count. But it should count with the tag. That's the thing. It just doesn't. Yeah, and I don't know why. If I did, it would be good. I don't. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. The whole like today first message, not first message, like that whole thing shouldn't exist. And it should just be um how can I say that? It should just be two things. It should be first message is counted as a first message because you can also start the I think you can enter a stream, redeem something, and have something to be typed, and that replace your first message, or is counted as your first message, but it doesn't appear as a first message because it's a redemption. Therefore, the command is here as a backup. But you know that whole thing shouldn't be done like this. I agree. I agree. I just don't care, as you said. As long as it works, to me, that's the only thing that matters. If it's fine, it's yeah, I'm fine with it. If it's not fine, I'm not fine with it. But yeah, refreshing the source didn't reset the has chatted. So I just saw something. Am I right on that? I think I'm right on that. So I I think I'm right on this. Using tags display name doesn't give me tags first message right there. Like it should, but I feel like the edit removed the first message thing. Which is weird. Which is weird. But anyway, new table? Wait. Which one? Which table? That table? I am sad right now from what I just saw a second ago. Oh, that's sad. Oh, I see. The fact that you moved to Ionics removed a feature that I kinda said would be good to have, which is this thing right here. That when I'm here, if I scroll that wheel on the side, it should horizontally scroll. That's the goal of that fucking wheel. And if I use my trackpad and I scroll sideways, it should also scroll sideways on that component, which is sad because it worked before. Like, worked before as in the previous handmade version of the carousel that you did kind of have that feature. So I don't know exactly what happened to remove that feature, which is really sad because it should, you know, should work. Should work. I don't think this is good. Debatable. To be checked. I should just have that. I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be way better. On my Stream Deck, I currently have a button somewhere that does um, this. That refresh is refreshing the browser source, and it just does stuff. So if I'm going into here with my refresh browser source rule, I should be able to change and or add that is a weird thing, add the active chatters, but also add another browser source, which would be the one that we just created, so that I can just press a button and have the thing refreshed, which is gonna be technically, is it that? Am I wrong? Yeah, cool. So now this is just one button. I don't need to go back into OBS every time. Good to know. Good to know. I can just press that button, refresh. Chats at the bottom, and the things. We should be good. Should be good. And the first message is now reintroduced, which is interestingly placed, but fine. I had a question, or I technically just have a question right now. If, and Stoney, you might be able to give me an answer on that. On this, if user data or isn't user data username has chatted with like this stream or tags first message, is there a rule for the order of which things happen? Like, would it be better to have tags first message or user data username? Like, isn't? Is that a thing? That's the question. It's a simple question, but yeah. Like, does the order of ternary operator make sense, or has an impact? So I see. So technically, interesting. Technically, it would be better for me to have God this. It doesn't work. Ah, it would be better for me to have general, hi, we're calling the tags first, I think. Um, because it's yeah. You missed the exclamation mark in chat for you for yourself. Um, yeah, but if the user data isn't, I mean, technically, again, there is a lot of technically today. Uh, technically, on a new stream, the or the only time that the tag's first message is used is in the optics of the example that you gave me earlier, which is if I stream 2 days in a row and someone ends up like joining the stream late on the first day and the second day they join early, they wouldn't be counted because it's a 24-hour thing. But yeah, yeah, dang, that's what didn't work. I do too. But you can still do it manually. That's the beauty of it. You have these options. Well, yeah, you can do that. Whichever. I don't know. Since never. I'm not. I'm asking the AI to code for me. So I'm not counting this as coding, but yeah. Not there. But yes, you can go there to the Patreon and be a Patreon member. It would be appreciated. And that works. So that alerts type of thing works, which is good, but it just needs to be automated. It doesn't work as an automation thing. I have a good coding thing. You do more security stuff, right? Also, you said, what did I miss or what happened today? I coded, kinda. I did more stuff. Stody, you might be proud. I don't know. I don't really care, but you might be proud. I, on my own, did a thing. I made a component almost entirely. I needed like some AI help at the end, but almost entirely. Shit, I'm on the wrong. I'm on the wrong branch right here. I forgot. Um. Ah, bitch. Sorry, force of habit. I made I edited the streak section. So my streak card used to have this. That used to be, oh, that's cute. If it loads, I doubt it. That specific thing. I should just go take a shit right now. That that takes enough time for me to dump something. That's the thing that I would say Android Studio is better at. It just goes faster because I can just launch the thing. It just launch the app. If the build goes through, it's the preview is just almost instant. But nonetheless, that doesn't change much. This is what I used to have for the streak section, and good. I may have some packet loss, probably, but yeah, that was the streak. And then today I said, you know what? I'm gonna attempt something, and I duplicated the file entirely, like the whole content, and then I changed the backgrounds to, instead of having some sort of like classic like basic thing, I am now having, guess what? It's in the name. You saw it. A curved element. That's fun. But it's working here and only here. It is not working anywhere else. It's just like right now, if I'm popping the first number or the 6th day or whatever, like these animation works, which is really cool. I didn't have to do much, but it works. I'm cool with it. But the issue that we have is that the curve height for the calculation of the curve itself on the items, if I'm here on the preview of the element, the component itself, it needs to be at -22. I don't know why, it's -22, whatever. If I'm seeing it in its environment or where it's used, and there is like one place where it's used in a contained environment, as you can probably tell, the numbers are not centered in that line because for some reason the outer bound right here is flexing more and the inner bound with the numbers don't flex at all. So I'm ending up with a thing that is absolutely out of whack, which is annoying. So the fix is you change this value of 22 to 18 and you're good, right? You have the values, you have the things, and it's displayed in the right position. And then you remember something, some reason exists, which is called other devices. And in other devices, like an iPhone with a Touch ID or something, that central thing doesn't take the same amount of width, and therefore it's even tinier. And it would be better to have an even sharper curve. And that is making no sense. And I've been trying to figure that out today, and me didn't figure it out, and the AI didn't figure it out either. But I did the base myself, which is pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I kind of figured out the curve in the background and the progress with the trim on my own, because it's basically what we already had on the tab bar version. So I kind of looked at the tab bar code for how it was made in the past and all that, and then kind of figured it out. But yeah, that is sad because this thing is cool looking when it's at -22 right here. So I try to do something with the potential, like, how can I say that? Scaling, like having it like this, and then scaling the entire component with an aspect ratio, but it doesn't work. It basically flattened it, like when you flatten the font, which is really bad. So I removed it, but we'll see. Anyways, I need to pee. 1 second.
It's muscle time!
Yeah, I wasn't sure I heard something. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah. I. Ugh. I did chest yesterday and I'm still sore. Like, it's just. Ugh. God damn. It's fine. God damn. Huh? Sorry. Huh. Alright. I need to review an Apple developer agreement, to which I just press the button. It works. It's fine. So yeah, that was today, and today was fun to achieve this, at least on my own. Being able to do that, pretty neat, but also annoying. Like, this is -18, which is good on the SE, but it doesn't look good on the regular. So I need like -22 on the regular phones, -18 on the smaller phones, and that's not a thing that I can really define. I mean, I can, but it's really not good to do like an if device, whatever. So it's gonna need to be specific. Huh. Interesting. I'm seeing things right now that are just making no sense, or shouldn't make any sense. But yeah, at least on this one, I just want to make sure that this is working and that we are on the right version 105, which is core. That works. Same thing in the widgets. Yes. Good. I guess that should work. I guess that should work. I forgot to say that on Wednesday. It's really nice, the thing you have behind like the tiny screen with the emotes. It's a fun thing to. It's a fun thing. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a fun thing. The only issue I have with it is because of the refresh rate that it has, and your camera is not synced, so it just bending a lot. It's kind of sad, but it's fun to have, like when you have someone that pops or chat with an emote, or yeah, an emote to the message, whatever. It's nice to have it in the back. I didn't check how much, like, do you have like a latency check, as in it stays there for 15 seconds, or is it like replaced automatically when something happened? Like someone else posts a message and it doesn't have an emote, therefore it's black. Someone else posts a message and has an emote, therefore the emote is there. It stays for 10 seconds, I see. It's not auto-refreshed. That's nice. Oh, you know, I can't do that. I was about to send a 10 thing to xCloud. That's not. No. Not there. Not now. Also, why do we have ads after ads? That makes no sense. Like, I don't know who said that, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was there when you added Gothic channels. You don't know that unless you have the list of your viewers open. But yeah. Just because Stony has the ability to get like the access to the channel numbers thingy. Yeah, I was like, I saw you were there. I clicked on your channel, then something happened on Android. So I was looking at it, trying to figure it out, and I had you in the background. And at some point, I just came back, looked at it, and then you went on a call. So I was like, yeah, back at it, and then I forgot what happened. But the shit happened, and I left. That happened often, though, to be honest. I often just go on channels quickly, see what's happening, and then move out. Like, there is a lot of people or a lot of channels that I've never really interacted with, but they're just there. It works. Yeah, it's the thing. It's also interesting for me to see like the channels that pops in from time to time that I haven't seen in like months. Like, I haven't seen Glassbird in months in here, and I haven't been really in any of these people's streams. However, I am subbed to a ton of them. Why though? Why are you gonna be gaming so hard? What's happening? Also, this is cool. I don't know if you've seen this. newest addition, where basically what happens is that the combined viewership is displayed. So Ninja is currently playing or having a party, playing Fortnite with Tim and Courage and Lupo. And so their combined viewership is like 46K, 45K together. And that's the number that is counted as a viewership number. So that's a very interesting thing. I feel like if you are someone that has the need for the partner push program, for example, and you have your two people that stream at the same times that usually have like 30 to 40 viewers as an average, maybe with having that you would have like an 80 viewers as an average. Therefore, getting into the partner programs would be kind of immediate because you would be able to have that. So that's an interesting behavior. I feel like it might be beneficial. I don't know if it counts. I know it counts as viewership in the long term, but that's an interesting way of implementing it. So we'll see if it does something in the long term or not for people. But yeah, as of right now, because it's kind of new, it could work. It's a bit of a weird thing. It's also like a stream together situation. So yeah. Same for me. Like we don't really go above the 20 viewers in general. I'm kind of fine with 15. Like between 10 and 15 is pretty good. It's a chill pace and all that. The thing that is kind of true as well, which I did kind of said that I closed that window, but some people, some streamers specifically, have massive viewership with slower chats, which is really weird. I mean, really weird, not really, but like interesting to me. Because if I'm going on, I'm sure if I'm going on Ninja stream right now, the chat is just like flying through and it's in slow mode, right? That's a perfect pose right there. Um, and so that for a streamer, having the ability to follow through and read chat, that is kind of complicated. But I remember that Shroud at some point said something about not having read chat in 2 months, because it's just like too hard and too complex. And I know that what Asan is doing most of the time is just like scrolling through and then popping out a question when the question goes there. But it's just like it's complicated. But when you go into, I don't know if Lulu is here. No, she's not. Her chats in general, also that was a fake account. I don't know if she has VODs enables. Doesn't seems to have. What the fuck? Every time. She does. Her chats in general, like when it's just going through and they are chatting and all that, it's not that crazy. Like it's a pretty good pace at some points, at some times during the stream. Yes, of course, there are a ton of things that happens in chat, but most of the time, it's that pace, and the chat isn't in slow mode. And she usually has 4,000, 5,000 viewers at once, 10K sometimes. And the chat is still that chill, that kind of slow pace, all goes well, you have time to read, you can interact with people. It's really interesting. So I don't think, personally speaking, that if ever, when I have like 10k viewers on the stream, which I mean, for design stuff, that would be interesting, but I don't know. Could happen. We never know. I don't think the chat that I would have would be extremely fast, mainly because of the type of content I'm doing. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Stony, why am I promoted to customer every time? What's happening on this? Right? Why am I not? Why don't you just give me access and let me have access so that I can see things? Hmm? Hmm? Yeah. I also have a bit of a hard time with. I said that in the past to you as well. I have a bit of a hard time with like co-working streams because it is. They have usually more viewers in a time span, but it is weird to me. Like it's a weird interaction to have like 20 to 30 to 50 people in your stream, and the only thing that happens is music and usually a face cam, and you don't know what they're doing because you can't. That's the thing that is kind of weird to me. It creates like a relationship in between the viewer and the streamer that basically doesn't exist. Like for most of your stream, Jerome, you are working, so you have things to do, and then you reply through chat. Yes, it's good. But then when you take a break, you have the mic, you can speak, you're good, everything is fine. Um, and then you have more stuff. But yeah, it's a weird thing. Like for Khalil, it's the same thing, same vibe for me. Khalil has good music taste, and it's like most of the time there is no real interaction unless there is a break. And specifically Khalil, who is doing like 90-minute work session. Like he's doing like the big ass, long ass 90 minutes of no chatting, nothing. Sometimes may have the ability to reply through chat, but 90 minutes, no interaction with the mic. And then after 90 minutes, in my point of view as a viewer, there has been some people that came in, stayed for 30 minutes, didn't have a single interaction with the streamer, moved out. Whereas, I don't know, it's weird. To me, it defeats the purpose of live streaming. Like if you are live streaming, you are there for the live in the part, not just the streaming part. Because if I just wanted to have music in the background and see someone else do that, I could just open the passport. I don't know. It's weird. It is weird, but I do agree with that. The addition of interactive stuff like the thing that I have here or your background LED things. I was thinking about having some on my wall, like one behind here, like under the light section, and one on this wall as well, like a how's it called? It's a promotional screen. It's a thing that takes 2 meters wide, like LCD display, and you can have whatever the fuck you want on there. Was the idea in the beginning, but yeah, it doesn't ship here. It's also too expensive. And I don't have money right now. But yeah, think about it. Like you see the fuck counter. What if instead of having it through the screen, it was like on the wall? Hmm? Hmm? Yes, that is a radiator. Radiator. It is. It is. I put it a bit too high. It is technically 20 centimeters too high compared to where it's supposed to be. And yeah. I mounted it to yeah, badly. That's on me. Basically, what they say that you have the mounting brackets, the metal things, and you should put them on the floor and against the wall, upside down, so that you have the bottom hole in the right position, and then you turn them again. Like, it's a bit of a weird thing, but it's just like you place the thing like this, you drill these two holes, and then you flip it, and then the holes at the top are in the right place. And I didn't read that in the first place. I just saw, oh, it's supposed to be like this, so I just placed it where I thought it would be good. It was 20 centimeters too high, which is kind of bad. But yeah, it works. It's good. It's heating and radiating and giving me some heat. So yeah, I didn't read. That's a typical me thing. I should have. I agree. Yeah, would have been better. Would have been better. I can't deny that. I cannot deny that. Also, one other thing that I'm thinking about right now, someone else again on Threads. Threads has been really good. Let me say that Threads again has been really good. The discoverability there is pretty nice, and the people seems to be pretty nice so far. So I shared this thing yesterday, saying since the last update of 1.03, there has been like a ton of crashes, as in we have had like 16 crashes right after I released this. And I said, I can't see the crashes. And so that person right here said, you can see the crash report by going through Xcode Organizer and look at the crashes there. So you basically have to be in here and go into Window, Organizer, Crashes, and then you would have the crash reports and the content and what happens and all these. And I can have like a bit of a feedback type of thing of why it happens. I can see things as this one crashed because it's on macOS, so that makes sense. And they tried to use the widget extension on macOS, which is not supposed to happen. But you know, that's fine. And this one is like a beta tester, so that's good. That's a good thing to do. Like first crashes, all that. But the fact that it's here instead of being where it's supposed to be in the App Store Connect, like right there on the website, it just makes no sense. But anyways, Thread has been good in giving me that link, and now I know. Now that I know, I can go check it out and see where things are. So that is really good. And yeah, would have the logs and all that. Anyways, details, good stuff. Good stuff. What I wish Chris was here. Chris number 2, survival. Because we had a good chat yesterday about the product, and I had like other ideas that may be good for him specifically. But yeah, I guess Tony's back to sleep. Yeah, no, he's probably working on the table again. Um, you made burgers, god damn it. I wish I did too. I did them yesterday. Yeah. Made. Ugh. Um, I should really have like some sort of a discount for this thing because, dang, can I have? Bitch, get the fuck out. I was on. Basically this, but not this, but basically this for this week, but in chicken form instead of beef, not beef. And yeah, what I'm using or what I'm getting technically is a portion for 2 people every time I'm eating both. Oh, I see. Stream element is dying as well. Slowly dying. Cool. So we might have a crash of the stream in a second, I feel like. If stream element is starting to be slow, Twitch is usually having some issues. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm getting like 2 people portions every time. I'm eating everything every time. And yeah. Yeah, of course. Like him. Hi, welcome on in. Why does it work? I don't understand why it works for some people, it doesn't work for other people. And like him, you've been here before, meaning that you had the welcome back. And then Grizz had a welcome in. And then he has a welcome back. But that's because you're using the exclamation mark in. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Anyways. But you already did that. You did here. That's, yeah. No, Za'atar is a sort of spice. I forgot where it's from. It's a very popular freaking Moroccan spice thing. I feel like it's like Egyptian / Israeli Palestine type things, these sides rather than the other side. But also I don't know. So I'm not gonna extend on that. I think it is. Yes, please. Oh, you want to see this thank you card that I made years ago? I don't think I have it. I just have the New Year's one. I think we can see it here. That's the one I did. But that's the only thing you can see. We don't have more than that. Okay, cool. Well, that's that. Yeah, that's it. It's a bit charged. That's the thing that I, after the fact, like, once we had finished it um, and all of that, it's I feel like we may have benefited from adding a border around the font to separate it from the leaves and the flowers. Um, but yeah, no, the other one that I have is this one. Yeah, it doesn't have two columns, but it does have two columns. Um, but yeah, that thing, right? That's the one that you were talking about. This one is it's pretty good. It's a neat, simple thing. It's the same, so it's the exact same paper than the Bercy one, and it has like a gold E background things with most of the information about the company that doesn't exist anymore. And yeah, it's a very simple things. It says uh, it says bonne année, but it's a weird eh. It's a weird thing. But I agree. It just makes no fucking sense. It's not intuitive. But you kind of, I mean, as a French person, you see that and you may say banana, yes. But it's just, yeah, it's bonne and then année, or technically année. So it's just, yeah, yeah, you know. It's just, it works. Yeah, and also we had these envelopes sent, and the person with the best handwriting hand wrote all the addresses on the envelopes. And we also had something like for not on these ones technically, but kinda. I mean, specifically on these, we had that. It was way more interesting. Um, these one had basically a blank background, and which is black, but we just had like the logo of the company and the Happy New Year type of things, like best wishes, and then underneath there was like a personalized message, handwritten message from the customer success manager head to the client in question, so that they had like a very well personalized message for the new year. And I could bet, I don't think they would, but I could bet a certain portion of the people that receive this card still use or still have it somewhere in their desk. Like it wouldn't surprise me that some of the clients that we had kept it. And examples of illustration with a message embedded hidden homogeneously inside. You will have a ton of them that have, if you look for white space, like white space typography, you may have things in there. Like things like this, for example, that may have content. I mean, not this one, but like that could. um, have some basics to get like the embedded or hidden that you're talking about. The other things, hmm, I don't know. I don't really have like a reference, but I feel like shit like this are gonna be pretty common if you're looking for that. Um, like hidden message, but maybe if you look for monograms. Hmm. Give me more details. I need more details. On what exactly you're trying to embed hide. What is the content? Is it still for the wedding things? I was looking at book covers. Hmm. Oh, that's true. These are fun. These are fun concepts. I've seen a lot of tattoo artists do the same thing, or graffiti artists that do similar concept with like the blue lens, red lens for hidden messages. That could be a thing. The usual thing that I'm seeing is un vernis à froid is gonna be on these things when you have like basically the same thing that I had on the Happy New Year section, but you just had shit like this, where if you look at it from the front, the illustration on the side doesn't really show, but then if you have a bit of a light coming through, you can see, oh, there is something on the side. This one is a very shiny one, so obviously you will see it from any angles. But if you had like a matte varnish type of thing, it will still shine more than the card itself. One of the things that we used to do when I was in print in school, we were using the black ink on top of the black paper because the ink is a teeny tiny bit shiny, but still matched the black of the paper itself. It had it like a teeny tiny amount of textures, like we used to do hash lined in the backgrounds of cards or flyers to ensure that we had like a subtle element in the background, but that's not. I don't think that's what you're looking for, or not right now, at least. Um, but the usual thing is going to be varnish and gold foils. Um, yeah, that's about it. Like you don't really have any other options. That's not true, but if it's for the wedding, do you have like an idea of the thing you want to say, the thing that you want hidden in? Because that might give me a bit of a hint. I was thinking about having the back of the card just be a full-blown illustration, doing so that I could be that it could be displayed as an art piece decoration. Yes, that's not a bad idea. The thing is, It's gonna sound sad, I know. But if it's not unique, and I know unique is not like, as long as it's handmade, it's unique, but like, whatever. If it's not unique to the person that receives it, there is a high probability for them to just say, oh, well, everyone else has the same, so it's not really that impactful. It doesn't have that meaning. The meaning, or the meaningful thing about the wedding is the wedding itself, and the fact that these two friends of mine or family members or whatever have been all now together. And that's the thing. So you may not keep the card itself if it's not specific to you as a guest. And creating something that is specific to you as a guest is going to be extremely complicated for you as the creator of the cards, because you probably don't know all the guests. Maybe you do, I don't know. If it looks pretty, it might not be enough. That's the thing. Like, if I receive a postcard, the reason why I'm keeping it, which I have plenty somewhere behind me, uh, the reason why I'm keeping it is because it's a postcard that has been addressed to me. It has a message that is handwritten to me, and it is dedicated to me. If I received a blank postcard, which has nothing on it, and it's just like the initial thing, I may not keep the postcard because it's just, yeah, it's a photograph, like a picture that's a pretty nice, a photography of something from the place. But do I have any tie with that postcard? No. Like, again, because everyone else will have the exact same thing, that's gonna be kind of complicated. What I would say is handwritten and handmade content is gonna be really good for ensuring that the people keep it. No, I don't go with postcards. I don't buy postcards. I don't buy magnets. I have one magnet on my fridge because it came with a Kickstarter that I have backed in 2020, and it's a calendar from 2022. It's still there because it can. And I don't really give a shit about my fridge. Like, I don't care about the outside. I care about what's inside the fridge. I need to eat. that's that's what I'm looking for. Um, but I guess for the illustration itself, again, based on the illustration that you want to have in the back of the card, if it's non-defined, as in this is non-defined, this is flowers as well. If it's just like an ornamental, good-looking thing, like shit like this, why not? If it is, however, the like an illustration of the shit like this, where it's a representation of the couple, and it looks good, it's well made and all of that, I will not keep it. Because it makes no sense to me to keep the representation of my friend's wedding. I will keep it as for my wedding if I have a wedding. But if I don't, keeping my friend's wedding as a decoration for my home is weird. Like, it's just makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. Architectural type like this. That's fun. That's annoying to build, but that's fun. I guess it's similar. I did that with one of my friends at some point. Which is kind of interesting, but basically you have the ability to define or create an illustration based on the constellations when you met. So you can have, like, you define where you met, let's say like New York on January 1st, you have no hours, whatever. It will then generate something that is the constellation based, like the one that was specifically above your head when you met for the first time or something. So it's usually more for like lovers and other things, but it was like for a friend. It's fun to have. She was kind of into astrology and all that shit. I just think she still is, to be honest. But yeah, that's a thing that could have a hidden meaning without really displaying the meaning itself, as an illustration stuff. So you have like the constellation, and that's an option. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's the without having like the representation of what you were trying to build and the other idea that you currently have. It's kind of complicated for me to just give you a yes, no, that's a good idea, that's not a good idea, or there should be a difference, or this is a thing that I know that can be a reference for you. So yeah, I don't know. Also, I've been trying to get these. If you want to buy me a Christmas gift, buy me these. Buy me the big ass kit. It's a bit expensive. It's not that expensive, but it's a bit expensive. But at least you have like all of that. All of that. Testers, perfumes, shit. That's fun. Anyways. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And you're saying architectural type. It's interesting. I like that. Yeah. I see. Bitch, get the fuck out. So it's an Art Deco type ish, but vectorized. Is it like representative of something that is related to the wedding itself? Or is it just a random building place? Like that you find interesting to draw? That again, the significance of the place, the significance of the overall like illustration that's gonna go in the cards themselves, that is gonna be like more important than anything else to ensure that the person that received the cards keep the cards for a longer period of time. To me, that might be also personal and all that, but like to me, the least amount of branding, the least amount of relationship to the event itself, the better it is for me to keep it. Like the card that I kept, the reason why I kept it is because the front doesn't have any branding. It's just the design itself. The back is full of what we said, what we sent to the clients, and the address of the company that I was working at, the logo, all of that. But the front is the pure design and the concept that we had come up together building this thing. That makes more sense. The second wedding will be in the desert, and so I have the desert illustration for that one. That is cliche, but it works. I'm, I'm not gonna lie on this one. I see. Well, if the museum is the favorite place or the favorite building, and it inspires you to build an illustration around it, then that could be pretty interesting. I don't really know. The place itself. So I see like the illustration that you sent, obviously, and I see that place, but yeah, I get it. Like specifically this picture right here, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, so I would go with something that is pleasing and rather than related to the events. Again, for the same reason. This is personal, right? This is a wedding event. This needs to be first and foremost pleasing for the couple that kind of are getting married, right? It's basically for them, even though the cards are sent to the guest and the guests are receiving them, and the potential is going to be the guests are going to receive and keep these cards. If the bride and groom don't like the thing, right, might be complicated. If it's where they met, then why not? That has significance to them. And if the place is interesting in a way, like that, then maybe. I don't know. Alright, so pretty cool. That's not how you have a bigger picture, bitch. That is that. Yeah. It's a tall building though. There is a lot more details on this that might be more complex to do, but it also depends on the type of illustration you do. So that's a different idea. I don't know. I don't know. If both places work, um, yeah, that's the. I agree with that. I agree. You can go for minimalistic, but it's a bit more. I mean, you lose what makes the building interesting, right? Specifically, that picture is really heads on. You have the right hotel, the Ville, right there. That's really good. But I mean, you would need technically, you would need like the details in the columns to make sure that that is transpiring. You would kind of need that. You would need the people. Like, and you don't, again, you don't need like the entirety of the building. You can just have the central portion that you don't have all. But I don't know if you already have, to be honest, if you already have the initial pictures like this one started and it works, then go for that. Like that's yeah, that's why I don't like social events, even if it's with my family. So I yeah, I was at one wedding. I went to one wedding. Guess what? They're not together anymore. That is also one of the how can I say that, motivations to not go to weddings, because even though it's fun and right, it's nice to be with your friends and all of that. Um, Most of the people that I've met that have got married have been through divorce already, and yeah, that is just no good. So no, I didn't get kicked out. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain, to be honest. I so nonetheless, I think the illustration style, if the style that you sent earlier, which is like the vector-ish style, is the style that you're going for the illustration, that could work. It's just it doesn't scream wedding cliche, which is good in a way. Like it's not the floral thing. You may have floral around it. I don't know, but it's a good base. Like it's a structural thing. It could have some meaning behind it as a structural thing. The dessert, why not? I get it. Um, I think hand drawn would be better, to be honest. And I also think personal taste, again, like this is really a me thing. Minimalistic and reduced detail amount on the doodle type, like a sketch type of thing, because you are like, there is so much bullshit that I could go for a wedding, right? Um, as in you are in the beginning of the building of the rest of your lives together. So it's a sketch, it's a start, it's the foundation of your future life together. So it's just sketching the base. And so you have the building there. Maybe in your anniversary in 5 years, you do another card for them just to remind them, but you do like really clean, detailed things for the cards, and you just send them the illustration just for them, not for anyone else, just for the couple. That could have like so much impact and meaning to them. And again, the bullshit as a designer, you can't do that. So I think a sketch is more powerful with the intent and the meaning and the explanation to this is a foundation, this is the base, this is what we want to grow or create together, which is a magnificent building with a lot of light, with a lot of structure and directions, whatever. The thing with the dessert, it's not unique at all. It is not. It is the most Arab thing to do when you are not living in any of the top part of Africa, as in when you're French or Belgium or Italian and you have a wedding with someone that is from an Arabic country, guess what? You're gonna get a version of the wedding in the desert, like everyone else. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it is the pattern. It's just it's what happened. You're gonna go to Tunisia to meet the familia, and then you're gonna go do the desert wedding thing, and then you're gonna come back and you said you ate too much and you danced too much and everyone was so loud, but it was fun and I had the best time of my life in insert uh, Arabic countries here. I've had so many of these. Um, I don't think it's too cliche, but I think it is cliche. Yes. Um, yeah, that's the thing that is weird. I mean, weddings for me are kind of weird. Anyways, I think the illustration of a dessert, if the wedding takes place in a desert, makes sense. If the um, wedding in France takes place near a building that is like that meaningful to one of the couple, that makes sense. And I absolutely disagree with that. I think there is this thing called a club. That's it. A club is the place where you are supposed to be drunk and dance. Good. There are a lot of judgment at weddings, specifically after the weddings. No, I avoid loud places and people places. Let me rephrase that. Non-mannered people places. So there are places where there is a ton of people and I'm fine with it. But yeah, you sent me an email. You sent me an email? I see. That's a neat thing. I mean, it's cool looking. It's a nice illustration. I do agree with that. You could even just have this as a structural piece. Maybe you can have that half and half on both sides of the, like one side here, one side here, if that's a thing, or I don't know. But I like that. It's nice. I do agree with this. I do agree with this. The color are neat as well. Um, yeah. Shit, I need to read that. I just received another email that is pretty neat. But god damn, that is a long ass email. All people, things. Oh no, I can show you the entire illustration if Larkin allows it, yeah. Otherwise, I will not. But there is no sensitive illustration at all in this screen right here. It's just like, I don't want to share things that are not necessarily shareable. I don't know. If it was a shareable thing, Larkin would probably have sent a link in chat, you know. But if at the thing said sure, I am fine with sure. I am fine with sure. So going back to this, right? That will help. God, can you fucking give me an image that is not that tiny? That. That. So that's the ID. That's the initial structure of the building and the details, all that. That's the illustration. I do think it's pretty good. I once said, then I will find a solution to avoid it. I will be in the hospital at that date. I'm telling you now. Ah. That's gonna be an expensive wedding, going like 3K in travel, plane tickets, come back to Japan. I think the wavy and perfect line is pretty good. I could say, I was about to say, like, there is a style of, yes. Then if you need a photographer for the wedding, yeah, Sharon is there. Uh, the thing that I don't like about the thing that I have in my head is that it could be perceived differently, so I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, that's the initial picture image thing. It's pretty nice, but it's just, I think the rest of the building, if you really want the rest of the building to be there, I don't know if it's necessary. You can have the balcony thing at the top, right? That could be enough. Also, more food, maybe not. Um, and I don't know if the the water section is necessary to have on the card. I mean, necessary is a big word, but it might. Yeah. I mean, I'm denied on everything. You can't figure out a way to let me be allowed all the time. Hmm? But yeah, I don't know about the water section. I don't mind it, but I don't know if it's necessary to have it added. And then depending on how it's presented, like if it's just as you said earlier, if it's just illustration and you just have that on the back, front, whatever of the cards, then it's just an art piece and it's there to be displayed. Therefore, yes, you need the rest of the building. If it's an illustrative elements that will be used to create some dynamism in the card, then it's not necessarily needing the whole thing. Um, but yeah, yeah, I see. And because you clear the database every day, I'm losing access every day. I see. I see. Um, oh yeah. Well, that can work then. Yeah. I closed the page. You think I keep that page open all the time? I have access to the rest, right? I have access to the rest. I was just on the settings dashboard section. I want to see what you've made with the charts and all of the other things because we talked about it last time. But I got. So yeah, debatable on that. The rest of the building. Um, but again, it's not necessary. I feel like the if we go on Pinterest, again because we can, and like I think maybe mm, mm. That's a lot. That's a lot. Um, mm. Oh, you want to have the names. You can do that. You can 100% write the names in the arch, like in the center. Um, I'm gonna go church because you know, church. Um, it's gonna have an arch and things. You could have like if you have like a shit like this, you could 100% have the names around here. You could have the dates. You could have things, and because it has this kind of sacred geometry type of thing, and now it works. God damn it, Josh! Hi, welcome on in. Um, my terminal, it instant. I mean, like this. It's instant. Watch loading though. So yeah, shit like this. Yeah. What would be loading at the start of a terminal session? That's my question. It is. It is. I agree with that. I agree with that. That writing shit like this, like, would be details. That makes sense. God damn, this is cute. But because it has the same kind of vibe, right, of a church-ish thing, you can 100% have like half of it with a name or something. I would say they need to be as discreet as possible and the least visible possible, the better it will be, probably. Like if I'm looking at this and this is the structure you want to have, right? God damn, that's tiny. Because that's roughly what you have, right? You have like the name here, which is, if it's 1.5 seconds, that's nothing, Josh. You're good. That's not what I call slow. But you can also have like these elements on the arch right here. I I wouldn't. Oh yeah, that's that. Ooh, brain went into so much things. If you put the name, don't put them on both sides. Put them in the center. Put them here or both on one side, which is weird, but why not? Uh, but the top would be the best or the middle would be the best. Don't put them apart. If you separate them in the illustration, you separate them in real life. You know, these meanings that are unspoken meanings. So it's a wedding. They are together. Dang. So yeah, that. Make the uh make this with her here and her here. Like the same girl twice.
Bad
Yeah.
AOA, bad.
Yeah, shit like this. That's what my ex used to do, so it's fun to see. I do love these things anyways, so you know, that makes sense. Um but yeah, if you have an arch, put them together for sure. In the middle would be better. And if you want to have it with a carved in effect, you may need more space. Because, I mean, defining carved Carved in is kind of complicated. I don't have anything to write on. Do I? Do I? Do I? I don't. No, I don't. Having chiseled letters is you need to highlight one side and not the other side, but because it's going to be on Arch, you can't really use a font for that. You would need to do that by hand, meaning that some parts are going to be highlighted when they are not necessarily. It's a whole light situation again. So maybe not. It looks cool though, but it will be more complex to do than other things. Like you can see here, this is a highlight right there. Um, if I go into these, we're lost. Like stone carving, that is why not? But god damn, that's a lot of work. Nonetheless, I feel like the ID, the base ID of having their name in the art is pretty good. Having potentially the balcony thing, maybe having dates around, like on the outside. I like I really feel like the center of the arch, the center parts that you have made, getting the names is a good thing, but it is tiny. Like it here it is tiny, and if you reduce that section like a tad to let a lining, like basically this thing in between to have enough space for the names, that kind of that works, but it breaks the initial base of the design. But it's an option. You could also have. I mean, that's a very no. That's too much. Forget about it. I said nothing. You heard nothing. So yeah, having them names here is neat. Here potentially creating a new structure, and in the middle here that's an okay thing. I feel like the dates is going to be potentially important and interesting, and that date could be in the center. That's the focal point. Um, the reason why I said you heard nothing is because the idea was to build something that is more for the front of the card, meaning that it contains a lot of information about the wedding itself, and it's not the point. So, dang, forget about it. Um, and yeah, no, you didn't hear it because I said nothing. I wanted like big typography, something flat at the bottom, with the full names. But yeah, it's not a thing. What's the initials of the two? Like his, hers? Because you could also play with that. That could be enough of a carving, right? If you just have the initials, if they work together. Like if it's um, W and I, it's just weird. LBAE. BE is weird. LE or LA is weird. Um, AL is not working. BE is not working. I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be LEAE or LBAB, right? Or LBEAEB. Um, that's a long ass scream. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't. The reason why I'm saying that it doesn't work is because L and A, if it's carved in, it has so much space at the top that it feels wrong. And then BE is fine, but the E on the right side has too much space. So if you do EB, it's okay, but it's weird. So that's the concept. Um, yeah. Well, the thing is that's not what's going to happen, Lenny. You don't have um, someone first name, last name, first name. That's rarely what happens. You usually do first name, last name for both. Like it's not. So if it's not that, LBAB is whatever. But you could. Getting creatives on names and specifically on weddings is kind of a touchy thing. It's also extremely complex. Like, again, working for people you know is, right, a thing. First of all, it's a mess. Second of all, if you, for some reason, that is happening so often, if you have a relationship with a couple that is gonna get married and you are more close to one of the two because you met one of the two first and then met another one and then they got married and whatever, and you write something that is putting one of them first, you may end up with issues. And then, if you make the mistake of putting the right person first or the wrong person first, or one of them is fine with it during the event and they don't say anything, but they are sour about it, um, it's no, it depends. Depends on the culture, it depends on many things. Yes, it is meaningless drama, 100%, but it happens so often that it's like if the man is not first, or if the woman is not first, or if, right, if you put the names on top of each other, which who's on top? Who's the top? I don't know. I don't know. That's the question. So, all that. Yeah, and that's wrong. That's the thing. If you go chronological or alphabetical, and it's the wrong order based on what they perceived, um, there will be something unconscious from them toward you, toward the cards, toward the thing, and you can ask them. The thing is, no couple that is about to get married has the balls to show their ego and saying, I want to be first. Because as soon as you do that, there is a fight in the couple. It is a mess. So, you know. Um, I mean, why would you inquire about the sex life as well? That is a question. Hmm? But they're probably not. I mean, they're probably French, but also not French, but all that, yes. So, you know. Yeah. Anyways, with the letters, the reason why I was asking as well is because if you could create a monogram, something that could work together, and like have a structure that is making a lot of sense, that could work. But because you don't have like a repeating letter, LBAE, you can't, could, but it's complicated. I see. Eh, yeah. But then comes the question, how the fuck do you know? Right? They just freeze. I did freeze. I was right. God damn it. I saw that Twitch kind of broke for a second and a half. That's crazy. That's crazy. That means we will have a break in a second. No, it's on my. It's what I said earlier. We will have a bit of an issue with Twitch in a second, so I'm probably gonna get out. You know, it's gonna be a good timing for me. I need to say two more fucks, so that makes sense, right? Because we are at 85, 83, so we need like two more, and we'll see about that. But yeah, nonetheless, I do like the arch. I do like the glass effect, and I think the carving would work with the letters or monogram or something, and then yeah. I mean, we can get into toy feedback, but it depends on what type of toy you want to talk about. Also, yes, if you want feedback on toy, I can also help with that. That's why we have the 18 plus numbers thing. God damn, I'm looking for something, and what I'm seeing is titties, which I'm fine with, but titties. God damn. I don't know if Clark is gonna stay up longer. I doubt it. He usually goes out really quick, but also I think he might not. Which Ghana? Who's Ghana? Currently, Clark is Clarkin, obviously. Rogue Legacy is there, so that's fun. I don't know what he's working on. But yeah, there's one there, and he's been live for 3.5 hours. That's an an option, and then you say what one lion, one lion, one lion, one lion. What? I don't know. That was a great break from Twitch. Appreciate that. This one is doing some league. Clark is there doing stuff. Q-Espresso is doing some OnlyFans stuff. And Vash has been there, but she's probably eating. I feel like I'm gonna go Clark because he's only streaming on Fridays. So that's kind of a good way to go out, you know? It's a simple thing to do. It works. That's what I'm gonna do. Kitty's probably just doing like some gamings instead of the other things. Nonetheless, I'm sending you there. That's enough. That's good. That's simple. I'm gonna go sleep. That's gonna be nice. Maybe. Anyways, the job, the VODs is gonna be on YouTube as always. If you wanna ask a question when I'm not live, you can join Discord, and then you can stalk me online, or I'll be back here on Monday. You know, like everyone else. Things have been said, and as always, if you want to give me money, you can. You don't have to. I would rather you buy something from me, or again, forgot about that, or use the Japanese app. Yeah, that pops on both platforms, which is kind of bad. Anyways, other thing, take care of yourself. As always, enjoy the rest of your day. Eat something, drink something. Who won? Stream elements. Denny, you are next, but yeah, that's a close. That's a close one. Yeah. Anyways, see ya. Bye.